Hi everybody, I wanted to show you a clock that I got from the Family Dollar store. Um, and I'm going to use this clock to make a Mother's Day gift for my mother-in-law and my mother. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you're inspired. And I don't want to take total credit for this because I'm not going to take any credit for this because I have a YouTuber that I watch and her name is Tracy Gordon, and she's the best and she gives out all kinds of ideas. So please go to her YouTube channel and I will try to remember to put a link to her in the description. But I got this idea from Tracy, and one of her suggestions was that you could do multiple things with this clock, and Mother's Day was a gift idea. So I hope you enjoy my tutorial, and let's get started. All I'm doing with the clock now is I'm flipping it over and I'm taking the screws out. You did see me put a battery in there, and this is from past experience of doing clocks. I've found before I get started, I need to make sure that they work. So that's the reason I did the battery at the beginning. Now I'm taking the pieces on the inside out, and just please be very careful when you do those. You don't want to bend those. I've already done one clock, and while I was doing the one clock, I did the centerpiece, so I wouldn't waste paper. I just cut out the centerpiece for both of them at the same time. So that's why this center is already ready and has the hole in the middle. And if I do these over again, I think I would maybe, since they were for Mother's Day, maybe I would put the picture of the mother in the center. But this was just a poem about family that I found offline, and no, it's not offline. I'm sorry. I actually got this off of Etsy. It's a PNG, I want to say, and I purchased that and downloaded it to my computer, and I created the circle and put the PNG inside the circle using my Cricut. I'm using Gorilla Glue, the spray adhesive, just because it sticks well for me. And yes, my room is well ventilated. I have on a mask and everything's all good. So just for a moment, I took the time to spraying the back of this. Now what you will see is that this doesn't, this particular piece doesn't stay down around the edges, and we're gonna do something to that later. But any imperfections, just remember you're making a crafting. There's no perfect way to do it, and there's always a way to cover up something you don't like, and you'll see that at the end. Okay guys, this number 10 is actually a number 10 that I took off of the previous clock that I did, and I use it to make a template to print out my pictures. Even though I made a template, you can see while I'm cutting them out that my template is still too big. It's still in the design, but it is too big. So I still had to use the number to put against the picture to cut out the exact measurement. And on the first clock, I left the numbers in and glued on top of it, but I prefer taking the numbers are very easy to take out, and I prefer taking the numbers out to put my pictures in. I feel like it's set better in there, and I like the way the adhesive took to the project once I took the numbers out of there. I'm using the number 10 from the other clock, like I told you, to cut out the exact shape. Although, like I said before, although I made the template, I didn't, it was still off, and I needed this to cut out the exact size of the shape for the numbers and the pictures. And as you can see that I was a little bit off, and that's because I was not cutting directly up against the shape of the pattern that I was using. If you cut exactly to the shape of the pattern of the number you pull off the clock, your pictures and your numbers will be cut out perfectly every time. And don't worry about making a template, because making a template didn't make my life any easier. I thought it was going to, but you see I still had to cut out, so it didn't make my life any easier. All you want to do is make sure you measure from top to bottom and side to side from the widest width of the pattern, and cut, and make sure your picture is that size, maybe just a fourth of a size up all the way around. Print them out on a sheet and use that pattern that you take off the clock to cut out each picture in the direction that you need it to go. And please note, when you're gluing these together, some of the pictures may be upside down or to the left or to the right, but you'll see what I'm talking about as you're doing, and as I continue with the video, you'll see what I'm talking about, how to reposition the picture. And here's an example. I was actually one picture short, so I decided to put a picture of my mom in here. And if you see what I'm talking about, I just printed out the square and I cut out the picture according to, well, you can see I'm making a mistake. I was cutting it out the wrong way, but I caught it. But and I'm using a pattern to cut out the actual piece to put back in here. And here's where you can see that if you look on the circle, there's a little white part where I actually ripped up a piece of the picture, and it was showing white, and I didn't want that. And here's what I was saying: when you have imperfections, use that as an opportunity to embellish or just to add something to it. So I'm adding these pearls to the clock because I made that mistake, and I actually made a mistake on the number 3, and I don't know if you can see, but in the black, I actually took my Sharpie out to go back over it, and I forgot to do it. But it's for my mom, and I think she's going to love it either way. So I forgot about that part. And while I was doing the video and going back through it, I saw that my pearls are a little crooked. And it's okay. Hey, like I say, it's all art. So don't be too hard on yourself if it's not perfect. Practice makes perfect, but art is art is art. There is no wrong way to do art.